Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let me go ahead and do this video real quick. I'm in the clouds, right? So I was watching a live stream and I'm laying up here fighting this sinus infection. And I'm looking in the chat room of a particular channel, a particular genre. And somebody said something in that chat room that proved that that I'm right. I was proven right about you so-called pro-blacks. So I'm listening on to a pro-black channel. Y'all might find out who I'm talking about, right? So I'm listening to, you know, talking about Black Power and what happened to Black Power and so forth. But I'm looking at that comment section. See, me, a person like me, I judge the tree by the fruit it produces. I'm that type of individual. I judge a tree by the fruit it produces. So I'm looking at it, right? And and I always keep on hearing on this one particular channel. I ain't gonna tell you who channel it is. I'll let y'all figure it out. Where they always said, we don't gender bang over here. Um, that's a load of crap. Okay? That's a load of crap. Because the thing is, y'all say a little bitty words here, a little bitty uh, jabs here and there, but then y'all go to other sectors of YouTube and y'all say, well, the manosphere gender bangs on black women. And yes, they are right. Yes. The manosphere, SYSBM, the passport bros, primarily the SYSBM, and they primarily gender bang on women, particularly black women. On the other side, you have the BWE. Yes, the black women empowerment. Yes, yes, y'all gender bang on black men all the time. Um, every iteration of the BWE have gender bang on black men. I don't care if it's the Simone 5-6 or the Brooklyn Blues, the Black Woman Spheres of the world. I mean, yes, they gender bang on black men. Then you got the divestors, the pink pill, so forth. The women that hang around with that certain DJ Torch, you know, they love to gender bang on black men. So I'm looking at that. So they're right about that. But then when, like last week, I think it was Friday, I think Thursday or Friday, I said, y'all gender bang too. Some of y'all in the conscious community, the pro black community, y'all gender bang too. No, we don't. Oh yes, yes you do. So I'm looking in the comment section. A certain woman proved my whole point up in that chat room. Most black men chase. And I'm looking at what she's saying, right? Now that's one half of her sentence. Most black men chase blank, 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 blank. So I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Are you for real? Are you for real? So she says most black men chase white women. Now, this is one of y'all's sisters out there. I saw that comment scrolling up in the chat room and I chuckled. I already have. I chuckled. Most black men chase after white women. Well, if that's the case, I ain't gonna say her name. Her name starts with a D. I just sit here and I just pondered, okay, what makes you say that? Do you have anything that back it up with? Don't talk about NBA players and NFL players or people in Hollywood. Don't need no. Let's look at so there's two things I see what's going on, right? When somebody makes a statement like that, it tells me more about her or more about them, more than the people who they are referring to. And it happened last week on my channel because I was telling Homeboy the other day. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Fred said, I know you talking about, and I guarantee she wouldn't make the right. And that, Freddie, I'm glad that you're saying that. If it was the other way around, she wouldn't be saying that foolishness. So two things. Every time I hear a pro-black person saying that, two things come into my mind: insecurity, low self-esteem. Insecurity and low self-esteem about one's own self. But these are the same women that come online and say, oh, we the most beautiful women on the planet. Mind you, this particular individual will say, we the most beautiful women on the planet. Okay, yeah, you're right. You may be the most beautiful women on the planet. But what makes you say that we, as black men, will deny your beauty? Who told you this? And that's why I said, Freddie, I would, man, I'm see, this is the reason why, and then the whole irony of that live stream they had just did, they want to know what happened to their ideology. Well, let me tell you what happened to y'all's ideology. The reason why, no, hold on. Hold on. Let me bring up the quote. Let me bring up the quote because though it needs to be said here. Let me bring up the quote because the quote matters. The quote matters. So let me bring up the classic quote. The reason we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. Let me say this again. The reason we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel. Now, there's a reason why I said that. Because she put that out there. She goes out here and does the shame, blame, and explain about black men chasing after, most black men chase after white women. I don't see that happening. And what I noticed that, and I hope Iron Fist would see this. I hope Iron Fist sees what I'm talking about because Iron Fist was talking to her. So I just got to sit here and say, wait a minute. If that's the case, then how come most of the brothers, most of the black men don't go to the suburbs if that's the case. See, they want to know why the Black Power movement. Like I'm gonna use Madhead doctors, the Madhead doctor ideology with with Madhead doctor. You said these are Black Power types. Every time I look at them, and they wonder why, they ask the question, right? They ask the fundamental question about what happened to Black Power. Well, here is where I'm going to tell y'all what happened to Black Power. What happened to Black Power is you argue the position for weakness. That's why you're not getting ahead. Yes, I said it. You're arguing the position from weakness. And people are tired of hearing it. You try to tell them that. Oh, you're being a coon. Freddie. Oh, I'm glad that you say that, Fred, because here is the thing. I love the narrative for the past 30, 40 years. We see people inside the media, outside the media, will always say, oh, they'll always showcase an NBA player with a Caucasian woman or with a woman outside their race. They always show that, right? But anybody who actually use their brain cells and actually use some critical thinking skills, most NBA players, if you watch uh, ESPN, if you watch some of your sports channels, and if you really into the business side of sports, especially if you attend these sports banquets and draft meetings, most of your black NBA players and NFL players has a black wife, a black girlfriend, or a woman who having their children, their baby mamas are also black. So I'm tired. Some of y'all want to know what happened to Black Power because y'all insecure. That's why. And y'all don't want to be honest about it. Y'all are insecure and y'all argue from the position of weakness. And and another thing though that really angers me, not really angers me because I'm not angry anymore. Uh, I just look at him with such I cannot describe the word. I think pity. I look at them and saying, y'all keep going back to the past, and y'all keep using Malcolm X and uh, William Baldwin, um, MLK, and y'all using these instances and complain about immigrate, we integration and all of that without any thought of why they integrate in the first place. They never really sit there and think for a minute why integration was good or why there was a need for it. Because why would I, as a black man or a black woman, would have to drive 2 counties over or 2 cities, 2 towns over just to go to a bathroom if I'm taking a road trip? Why would I, as a black person, need to drive or travel across the state line just to get food or just to get this and just to get that. That's not living. That's being a second class citizen. But they don't sit there and think about it in those terms. They thinking, we just integrated, therefore the black society was destroyed. No, what destroyed black economics was the recession of 1968, the recession of in 19 early 70s, the mid 70s, and yes, that's the recession of the 1980s, especially in 1982, 1983 when there was a big recession. But nobody want to talk about that. See, everybody want to do talking points and not research. See, no, everybody want to come to me with these social media talking points, and then every time when I bring it up, Big J is being a weirdo. Big J's a weirdo. Oh, he's weird. Because I use actual data, and when I said actual data, I'm talking about data that comes from neutral sources, non-ideological sources, sources that can be, I know some people will take a study from here, and no, if you're going to do a study, you have to take at least 3 or 4 or 5 sources, and then compare the sources together to get an aggregate of the of the thing. But you see things, but people don't know how to do research. All right. So this whole premise that most black men will chase after white women because they're white, it's kind of like that what happened last week with the conversation I said with a certain individual, in my chat room. He sees swirlers. He sees every person who interracial date or who's in an interracial relationship as swirling. Now, mind you, I'm talking to a black woman right now. All right. I'm talking to a black woman right now, but at the same time, can we at least be honest for a minute? Can we at least have an honest discussion instead of doing that stupid, idiotic, trying to put everything in one box? So he come in the chat room and said, divestors or swirlers, and people who are in interracial relationships are swirling. Not understanding, it's somehow like him, he don't understand for me, he doesn't understand, or he don't want to understand, that there are motivations on why people date. Just motivations. Everybody has motivations and agendas, right? So he thinks that every black man or black woman that gets with somebody outside the race are people who has an agenda of self-hatred, which is not true. Now there are women who call themselves divestors. Yes, those women are self-hating. Because they think Brad is better than a Tyrone. They think that they think of Brad is better than a Tyrone. They even think a trailer park bottom shelf Chad is better than a high class Pookie. All right. And then you got Your SYSBM dudes, on the other end, they think they can't stand Keisha, so they'd rather go to a, I hate using this word, Becky, quote unquote. So they use this Becky to say, okay, we don't want no Keisha, so we going to Becky and we're gonna trash Keisha at the same time. While at the same time, though, and they'll do the same thing. They'd rather go to the lowest of the Beckys, quote unquote, to get to stunt on the high level Keisha. See, all these people got motivations. Now, regular people who are in interracial relationships ain't thinking like that for the most part. Yes, they know one of their, they, at least, they know that their partners is of a different culture or different race, you know, and they're not, that like, they see that, right? However, he thinks that, and I'm assuming most people on his channel have the same feeling that, oh, we're just, I'm using we here as, they're, I'm using the we as a quote, in quotations. They think people who have been or have been in racial relationships are those who have self-hatred, have no pride, woody. And then they want people like me to take them seriously. I can't take them seriously. And these are the same people that say, we don't gender bang. No, yes, y'all do. It's just another form of gender banging. They try to deny the gender banging on their end. Sorry, no, y'all been gender banging as well. And I tried to tell this though the other day, and I really didn't want to say any names because I really don't want to rehash that whole beef. But I'll go ahead and say it. I'll go ahead and say it because I really don't care anymore about being, whatever. So remember when last year or 2 years ago or so, a certain black female content creator was on at least 3 live streams, and she was angry at her son. And she was angry at her son because her son had taken a liking of a particular Caucasian woman, a Caucasian girl. And she got on a live stream, got on StreamYards, or Zoom or whatever case, I forgot what it was. It was referring to her son as a coon, and her son is this, her son's a self-hater, you know, and and I'm looking at it like, okay, but y'all say y'all don't gender bang. And I was trying to tell this to somebody last week because I was trying to tell him, look, y'all, the reason why the manosphere exists, some of the people within the manosphere used to be pro-black. Yes, I'm going to say it. Some people within who's part of the manosphere are part of the SYSBM. They used to be red, black, and green, wear dashikis, selling moon pies, bean pies, and all that. Those were those types. But they got chased away because for 2 reasons. Because they got wrapped up in that black woman is God concept, Then they got their mothers or aunties or grannies or whoever the case may be, who came at them were all full first because he liked somebody that's not of his racial identity. So this what happened on them two live streams when old girl Shorty Womp Womp slapped her son upside the head up on that live stream. I reacted, and everybody had a fit because I called it out for what it is. Why are you abusing your son up on a live stream for? For what? But Big J became the villain. I became the villain. No, I believe in what's right. Okay. And that should be a private conversation between you and him rather than showcasing. This is the reason why a lot of guys became manospheres, start hating other black people. See, there's a lot of motivations on why people join certain groups and why people join this, that, and third. And say we're like the divestors. Some of these women were on that blackly, black, blighty, black. My man, he's a king to me. Sound like Princella with the he's a king to me. And these kings, use their quote unquote authority to abuse and misuse and mistreat these ladies. That's why some of these ladies became divestors. It's not that hard to figure out on why some of these women are mad and why some of these men are mad. But instead of trying to ask these men and ask these women, try to break bread with them and try to let them heal and give them the tools that they heal, y'all sit there and try to do the excommunication thing. And the more y'all excommunicate them, they're going to become more hardline to be either SYSBM or become divestors. And y'all can't sit there and see the concept why most people do not take the black power types, the black power types seriously. So I don't know why that question was asked. This is very simple. Because the thing is, y'all try to, and you can deny all you want. Y'all want to control other black people. Their associate, whether that's their associate, who they associate with, who they're friends with, who they do business with. Because y'all believe in this, this identity politics suprematory concept. And the thing is, though, it's not working. And the reason why it's not working because, first of all, you're going to have to up. First, let me tell you why y'all are not going to have a good outcome. Y'all talking points. Let's say again, it's talking points. Your talking points are talking points. And your talking point is based upon what happened in 1970, based upon the arguments between MLK and Barry Belafonte about I integrate my people into a burning house statement, and y'all just regurgitate that over and over and over again. Y'all argue from the position of weakness. Like I said, you are no better than the black manosphere or these men's groups. Because y'all argue from the position of weakness. And, I mean, even, y'all try to shame, blame, and explain, right? Y'all so busy trying to SEB of people who are on the outside. And, I do this real quick. Hold on, let me take this down real quick. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, exactly. You can't call it down the middle. You have no logic. You are intellectually flawed. See, that's the problem. I call it down the middle. They don't like that when I call it down the middle. How dare you? See, it's kind of like this, though, Fred. And I'm going to get off of here in a minute. Remember when I was called, hold on, let me put this up real quick. And I'm going to end this soon. I'm going to end this in a couple minutes, but, the thing is, right? The thing is this, though, right? Man, I lost what I was about to say. I lost what I was about. Oh, it's like that one day. Okay, I got it back. Like that one day, I was called a simp and a black woman hater at the same time. I was told I was simping for black women and hating black women at the same time. For saying the same sentence. And I'm sitting there like, how does that work? Oh, because I told y'all need to respect other people. Oh, that makes me a simp. How about you Negroes over there respect women? Oh, that puts me in respecting black women. I told you Negroes to stop calling black women as 304s and strags and all that. Oh, so therefore I'm a simp. In that same sentence, I was called a black woman hater because in the same sentence I said, listen, only, I was called a black woman hater because I assert myself when a particular individual decided to disrespect me and use what I said against the men as a way to use me as a crash test dummy. Listen, what's going on, Lawrence? That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna end it right there. If both sides hate you, you're doing right. Yeah, that's why my channel will never grow. That's why, though, I come to the realization that that I'm actually am hated. And I know what they're gonna say. No, we don't hate you. No, you do. Because because I'm gonna turn right back around and tell you, hey, listen, hey, like you can't be saying that. You can't be using me as a crash test dummy. Like how some of you women try to use DJ Torch as one. He's falling for it all the time. But anyway, the pot calling the kettle black. Talk about him. Yeah. So I'm just saying. I call both sides out. Actually, I call all sides out. Divestors ain't safe. Manosphere ain't safe. The pro-blacks ain't safe. No side is safe. But everybody saying Big J's weird. No. It's called fairness, and it's called making a fair argument. And I really don't have no solid prejudice. I can't, they try to get me to conform into their worldview. That's why you have this dude with a low IQ trying to tell me he's gonna put me in the hospital because I told him stop going on panels talking about you want to slap women side the head. Are you gonna F women until she bleed? Oh, I'm a simp for that. While at the same time, I protected his black behind when those women came for him. See how that worked? So I can't win for losing, right? Can't win at all. So anyway, I said what needs to be said. I'm out. Have a good one. Hello to you, morning, but I got to get going. I'm out, y'all. Peace.